Hey guys, TheGamingSandwich here. I'm going to do a deck profile. I haven't done one for a while, so just going to kick it off a redone version of Zefra. So a few new tweaks for the new meta. Everything seems to be going really well, so I'll go on with it. So now I'm going with 2 Zefra. I feel 2's fine, just in case of the draw of it. Obviously you can only act one effectively once per turn, but it doesn't matter. Most of the time you would only ever summon the level 4s mainly in 3, so it doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, really solid. So 2 Zefra. So for your Talonites, we were on 3 for your low scale, 3 for your high scale. This one does a face up, spell and trap and monster destruction. This one does face down. Sorry, spell and trap destruction. Ugh, that'll be good. So yeah, both face ups, face downs, very solid cards. Just good spell and trap removal. Some people say you can get cloggy, but in terms of how they are, if you need a normal summon, they're just really solid. So just personal opinion at the end of the day. So for your Yangsings, we're running 2 of this guy. So this is the one which turns any of your Zefras into a tuner, and then we're running 3 of this guy, which is your searcher of the deck, so any Zefra or Yangsing spell or trap cards. Some people prefer to search the Yangsing one. Under personal preference, I've got my personal tech bit that allows me to kind of do what I need to do. But the Yangsing spell or trap card is just useful, but it doesn't suit the build, and I don't particularly like how I have to have things face up, so it's just one of those ones. So okay, so for the Ritual Beast, we're running 2 of your high, 2 of your low. This little one here, this one resurrects Ritual Beast or Zefras from your graveyard, so a really solid card. They do get destroyed in the end phase, but you can trigger effects off of that. This one adds cards from your extra deck to your hand. I used to run 3 of this, but just because of how the card works, it's a bit slow, so I decided on a second Zefra, as it speeds the deck and will get you to cards that you need. Last of these Zefra cards is your lovely Necros one. This one, when it's in your graveyard or it's in your hand and a Zefra card is destroyed, either by yourself or by your opponent, you can special summon this from your hand. So just a really nice solid card. So for your other Pendulum monsters, we run 2 Luster Pendulum. Another way it is just to speed up the deck, so it's just a really good solid card. So at the end of the day, like I said, solid card, speeds up the deck, and you can use it with 2 of the other cards in the deck. So again, really nice. Plus really solid stats. So for your non-rituals, we run 1 G1. It's a tuner, so again really good, and it can special 5 of your other cards from your deck. So it's destroyed by battle. So again, really solid. So one of your Talonites, so Dineb. So Dineb will add your high or your low scale, correcting your problems if you don't have it. We run 2 Ghost Ogres. So there we go. 2 Ghost Ogres, because negation is key at this point. There's a ways to make use of it, also because it is a tuner, so it does work in the deck really well. And then again, it is just a good solid card out there. So last for your monsters, we have 1 Electromagnetic Soul. It's a level 4. We do run a lot of level 4s, so it's good for rank plays, and obviously the links now. So, but with it being just a nice solid level 4, and if you send it to the graveyard with later on effects, you pretty much have a free negate of your battle phase, so keeping that good pressure on. So for the deck, we for the spells, we have 3 Oracle of Zefra. You're one of the best original revamps of field spells, so when this card enters the field, pretty much you get to add a Zefra card monster from your deck to your hand. Really good. If you use monsters for the following effects, so if you use one from a fusion, you can special summon a monster from your hand. You're never going to do that, sadly. No, in my build. If you synchro summon using a Zefra monster, you can place a monster from your deck on top of it, so you pretty much know what you're going to draw next turn. A good solid card. If you XYZ, you can draw a card and discard a card. These effects do stack, so you pretty much can use all of them once per turn. So if you say synchro summon and then you XYZ afterwards, so you can stack a card to the top of your deck and you can send it. So the idea is you can stack the electromagnetic soul, then you can send it to the graveyard. So again, just making your plays really solid. and 3 Zefra Providence, the other amazing draw card in the deck. So this card can add any Zefra card from your deck to hand, so monsters, spells and traps. You can also go Providence into Oracle, then add something, so you can fin your deck by 2 cards just thanks to this. And if this card is in the graveyard, apart from the turn it's sent, which is that lovely loophole that everything has these days, that you can actually banish this and you can protect your cards from being destroyed. So be it spell, trap or monster effects, which is really, really nice. So we're going now less to the one-offs. So we have, in this, we have 1 copy of Emergency Teleport, 1 copy of Wavering Eyes, and 1 copy of Pot of Riches. I'll go through the reason why. Wavering Eyes, you seem to always draw it when you don't need, or and you have protection against Wavering Eyes, so you don't normally get... Wavering Eyes is normally just for the Pendulum Mirror match. You can correct your scales if you need, but Wavering Eyes is just not as good as it used to, so I think 1's kind of good for this build. Emergency Teleport, you run technically 4 Zefra monsters, which can be special summoned, and you can summon the Ghost Ogres, so you have 6 monsters in total, so that could extend plays really well. Pot of Riches, because you now run 2 Zefra, you can send monsters to the extra deck, so, and the graveyard, so sending them back and draw 2 cards is amazing at this point. So, really, really good. Run 1 Solemn Warning, because it's Solemn Warning, it's a great card. 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, just to get rid of those problem plays. 1 Floodgate Trap Hole, again, just dealing with problems, it just seems to be sorted out right. Now this is one of the big changes, 1 Zefra Divine Strike. Yeah, I know there's 1, but in terms of what I've done to combat that, it just seems to be better if like you draw multiples of these. I'd rather draw something else that seems more useful and has less of a cost, because banishing a Zefra from your extra isn't always great, so it's still a good card, but it's searchable, so it's fine. The new addition to the deck is 2 copies of Broken Line. Now, to replace the other 2 copies of this. So, Broken Line is one of these really nice new skillful cards that pretty much says like it can negate anything in the column. So if you set this up through the one which goes from your back row, through your main monster, and through your link zone, it will hit all of those free without any cost. So again, it's just a really, really good card. You can always do this and like do, say, 1 in the center market, 1 on the side. So pretty much if you have that extra deck, extra monsters in there active, pretty much you hit everything on this side. So again, really, really solid card. So for the extra deck, we have 1 Metaphys Horus, because using a Pendulum monster, you get 2 effects off. You get the one which negates their face-up card on the field permanently, and you get to steal one of their monsters, which is just dirty in its own regard. Ancient Fairy Dragon, I hope this doesn't get banned, but I can see why. I still love Ancient Fairy Dragon from 5Ds, but because you run field spells that search, and you can make multiple plays off this card, so it's just a generally really, really good card. Yazzie, no good solid level 7, you can make this really easy, destroy itself, get something else from your deck, Synchro. You can do 2 Synchros normally with Yazzie if you've set yourself up really well. Now you get 1 Luster because you're running, okay, 1 Ignister. Damn it, I should remember so many times of people going Ignister. So yeah, 1 Ignister because it's limited to 1, and you're in 2 copies of Luster. So it's spamming back pendulums is just great. So abuse. And then, well, last but not least, the Synchro Pendulum monster that is the loveliness that is Nirvana High Paladin. This is where your level 7s come in. Normally, you can do this with Metaphys, but it's a bit harder. But normally it's just you're going to Ancient Fairy Dragon, pop a field spell off, gain 1,000, synchro into this, add another cards. You've done a play. You've got 2 cards back into the hand, and you've got 3,300 beer. If it goes to Pendulum Zone, it's just going to be ridiculous. So it's just a really amazing card. 114 tune. It can't be targeted, and it Zen mains but defensively. And if this would be destroyed, you can detach material. And then if it has no materials, it will be destroyed. You can shuffle everything, shuffle the 2 materials into the deck, and to put this back into your extra deck so you can reuse it. Every standby phase, you gain 500. So sadly, I'm going to say this, in time, this has saved my ass. So yeah, I don't really care, but in time, it's just amazing. one Majesty Paladin, just because basically it's a pendulum deck, so tutoring any pendulum to your hand is just stupidly good, so great card to have. The loveliness that is Traptress for Felicia, you run Bottomless, you run Floodgate, so why not run this if you don't draw them? One Babushka. Babushka is just amazing at this point. I can't say anything like more. It has won me more games. Just literally, this hits the field. I've just had my opponents go, right, I can't get through this. I've got this and a negate down. They just usually scoop, so just solidly good card. XYZ Pendulum Dragon, just usually going for a game with it, so again, solid. And Utopia Beyond, just because it's a good solid rank 6. It doesn't target and it makes all the opponents at monsters 0, so great. One Beatrice, because sending your Electromagnetic Tilt or your Necros one to the graveyard is really good. Also, you can send Providence and Zefra, so pretty much you can then negate stuff, so just really good. And last for the links, we have one Ms. Radiant and one Decode Talker. Decode Talker is just really good, and Ms. Radiant is just very easy because you run 5 Earth monsters, and some of your extra monsters are Earth as well, so it's just, again, good. Then adding back an Earth monster to your hand is just solid, so both really good cards, can't complain. Now for the sad tokens that I always have, I've got one double Yugi, one Yugi, one of the Sacred Beasts, one of these guys, and one Grinder Golem, because everyone's running Grinder Golem. So yeah, just want to show you those, my lovely tokens for the day. And so for the lovely sideboard, we have one Chi-Wen, because in case you need another tuner and someone's just running stuff, it's a nice solid one because you can just set it and pass and it's not too bad. One Twitchester, because multiple back rows are a pain in the arse. 2 Wavering Guys in case you go for the Pendulum Mirror match, and that just seems to work really well. 1 Imperial Order, because after you've done stuff, spell and trap spells just becoming annoying. 1 Soul Drain, because I don't like graveyard effects, and obviously Bedding Abyss has a bit of a thing about reoccurrence, so that fucks that up. Mask of Restrict, because I don't like tributes. Total Space Trap Hole, just an extra thing for Felicia. Dimensional Barrier, sorts out problems, it's really good. Drowning Mirror Force, again, deals with problems really well. Same again with Quaking, just sorts out issues. The last, so we are running 2 more Zefra Divine Strike, so again, if you're running something with which you need to do with multiple negates, just really comes in handy. And 1 more Broken Line, just to keep the negation on course. We'll run the 3rd Broken Line, so if you're really finding something that's giving you problems, you can just put a heavy lot of negate in this build. And then the last one is 1 Zefra War, just to deal with spot-on problems. So yeah, that is the Zefra deck for literally the end of 2017 and the start of 2018. The deck's changed a lot from, say, early on this year. It's become a lot more solid, it's become a lot more competitive. So yeah, hoping to see good things from the deck in the new year. I'm going to be showcasing Duel Links, more Duel Link stuff a little bit more soon. So there you go, I'll talk to you guys there and see you in the new year. I'm sorry for not being around as much, because I've had a new job.